Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Binding of Isaac. Afterbirth Plus. Recorded live on my twitch.tv/fliksgamingstuff, which is where you should definitely watch. Let's just do a bog standard Isaac run. Because why not? So if you would like to play along... Burning Basements, I'm not sure you'd want to. R9T3 M1ZB is the seed. I accidentally placed a bomb because my hand was in the wrong place. My one bomb in the entire world, so that doesn't bode well for the first thing to do this week. Worse things have happened, I'm sure, than having to face a burning basement. Well, that only did half a hurt, even though it was contact damage. That's interesting. So thankfully, Kensei and Court aren't here to abuse the new emotes, but they will be. They will be. Alright, chat, I don't know, I probably have too many things to talk about in one single run. So I'm going to give you a choice about what you want to hear first. I can talk about Batman Ninja. I can talk about watching the remaining Halloween movies. Thank you, Right Dog, for the... I almost got exploded by that because I was looking at chat. For the bits. I'm sure you enjoy that face. I guess it beats the old man farting bits out of his ass. Hello, Hidden Kane Zero. Cut across is fine. Start with bat. Oh, this is interesting. Boy, I sure wish I had that bomb I used by accident. God damn. Could have just put it there, used the key. Please give me one more bomb. It's going to suck if I miss out on something interesting. I've never seen that room before. I'm going to miss out on an interesting room if I don't get a bomb. Tell us about Sora. Oh yeah, that's alright. Or that's the other thing. Yes, I had a Sora story. The Sora story is quick, so we could probably get that out of the way, other than the Sora emote being updated to her true doggo form. Because before it was a picture from not long after I got her, so like her face isn't fully formed. She looks nothing like how she looks now. So it's been updated, and what I do like is accidentally, just purely by chance, she is pulling the exact same expression that the Flik Zin emote had. Like the exact same emote. Or the exact same expression, I should say. Same angle. Like same side and everything. Thank you. Just by chance. Link the Sora tweet. Well, Crispy is here. You could also link a video. If you remember, we discovered last week that I can make a certain noise and it drives Sora apeshit. Well, to prove it, that it happens, I recorded a short video of doing it today and posted it. Why not? Ah, crap. Okay, one of them exploded. So it is available for you to see. That was not exactly a bountiful booty bounty. Thank you for the little bits also. It's been filled with rainbow flags. So yeah, there's a video proving that Sora still does it. I'm not going to make the noise in question because she's sleeping right behind me. Oh, she was. She's ninja'd her way through to the other room, I think. Either way, she's still resting, and I don't want to disturb her by making the noise that drives her mad. But I did a little experiment today because I was downstairs with her in the kitchen, and I was like, well, there's no toys in here right now. So if I was to do the noise, how would she react? Because I was very curious what she would do. Thank you, Ride Dog, again. Please don't surround my channel avatar with those vuvuzelas. Ow. Thank goodness the deal with the devil isn't relevant on this floor. So anyway, I was looking in the fridge because it was almost one of our meal times as well, so that extra little variable of, well, it's almost time for her to get fed. So maybe she'll range up in a penny? Huh. So maybe she'll not care because it's almost food time. Made the noise. She ran up to me, went up on two legs and kind of leant into the fridge to look at what I was doing. She then shot upstairs, and all of a sudden I just heard this thudding, like doof 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 doof. She'd ran upstairs, grabbed one of her toys and was throwing it around inside my office. And she did it for like a solid 10 seconds. And then she paused, and then I looked up at the ceiling just listening, and then I heard doof 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 doof. Oh no, me doing that disturbed her as well. And she just did it again. And then she ran downstairs again with the toy in her mouth and just stared at me. So apparently she has to be in my office when she does the little headbang throwing the toy around. She is a weirdo. Truly weird. Looks. And thank you again for the little bits. And no tinted drop in here. We need one if we want to deal with the devil. No, we're going to lose it in here. Too many tanky things. And all I have is a range up. If you could die so I could focus on what I'm saying. Thank you. Thank you, Owl Jr., for the zombie bits.
Oh.
So, chat, I think most people wanted me to talk about Batman Ninja. I knew about it from a while back, but it's only just recently been added to Netflix. And the reason I knew it got added, like whenever it was, a couple of days ago. No key. Thank you, Shiro2 Electric Boogaloo, for 2 months in a row, Twitch Prime. I went through like 5 passwords to log in and do this. The new Fabulous is the best emote ever. Thank you. My very own edit of an existing one. It's the T one. Sora was more important? I agree. I've forgotten what I was saying now, though. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Batman Ninja being on Netflix. The reason I found out it got added a couple of days ago is I got 2 messages from people on YouTube. One said, hey, are you still looking for stuff to watch on Netflix? Because you should totally watch Batman Ninja, it's terrible. And then I got another comment that said, hey, if you're still looking for stuff on Netflix, you should watch Batman Ninja, it's amazing. So I was like, oh, okay, so it's fairly derisive in its opinions. So, okay, I will watch Batman Ninja. And my initial impressions were that it's good. Then it started to get a bit silly. And then to my surprise, rather than kind of right itself and not go down the silly route, it just keeps on amping, there we go, amping up the crazy to such ridiculous levels that by the time I saw giant mech robots fighting a Batman made of monkeys and bats, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm behind this. I like this, this is good. Which is a real thing that happens in the movie. A Megazord comprised of little robots made by Batman's villains that's the size of a building fights a building-sized Batman that's made of armored monkeys and bats that are trained. It's so bizarre. The setup is Gorilla Grodd has gathered all of Gotham's villains because he's invented a time machine, and his plan was to get rid of them all so he could take Gotham for himself. The Bat family intervenes, like Batman, Nightwing, Robin, Red Robin and Red Hood, and it accidentally goes off and transports them all back to feudal era Japan. But because they all get sucked in at different times, they appear at different times, so although there's only like a difference of a few seconds, Batman takes 2 years longer to get there, and that's just an excuse to get like the villains and heroes ingrained. And the animation style, it's very similar to Valkyria Chronicles. It's like, it's made to look kinda drawn, but it's very clearly done with computers. Except, unlike Valkyria Chronicles, it's much more fluid. It looks a lot better. It looked really, really good. I was surprised at how nice it looked. It's an amazing fight, but honestly, I felt they decided, why not do this? It's incredibly stupid, but in the best ways. Thank you, Hinkley, for the bits too. And people thought no one would like using that a new emote. Did I say that a new emote? You can tell it's the first stream of a week. So overall, it's stupid, but wonderfully entertaining to watch. Really, really well animated, and the fights are awesome. The giant mech suits being in feudal Japan, it's explained because they took technology back with them. Oh, euthanasia. Euthanasia is great. Flik 2018. In the Discord, just before the stream, I posted a link to Batman and Joker's samurai fight from the end of the movie, so spoilers, obviously, if you do decide to go watch it. But even after watching that fight, the rest of it's worth watching as well. In terms of like who they got to voice Batman, I don't particularly like him. But he also doesn't say much, so it doesn't really matter. It's not even the same guy, I think, who voiced him in Gotham by Gaslight. It's the same person who voices Catwoman and has voiced Catwoman for a lot of things for them. Tara Strong voices Harley Quinn. I don't know who voiced Joker. I kind of went from one end of the spectrum to the other with Joker. Like, at times I thought he was pretty good. At other times he sounded a bit too, like, lazily done. But yeah, it was pretty weird. Pretty weird. Yeah, that's the one I linked into Discord earlier. I found it on Discord. Found it on YouTube, rather. Well, yeah, it's Japan, but it's feudal era Japan. Just fun. I don't know what kind of message they were trying to do with it. Like, because the Batmobile was near where the time explosion happened and everybody caught in it got sent back. The Batmobile is preserved and goes back as well, so Batman uses that to attack Joker's feudal castle. And I don't know if they were trying to do a message like, oh, you don't need the technology, but like he gets wrecked by a castle with arms, and then his Batmobile turns into a plane. The plane gets wrecked, so it turns into a motorbike. In order to stop a robot hand crushing someone, the bike then transforms into a mech suit. For some reason, Bane is there for one scene where he's a samurai that speaks Japanese and then he's gone forever. It's so dumb, but so wonderful. And then for some reason, Robin has befriended a talking monkey. Well, it doesn't really talk, but for some reason he can understand it and talks English. Thank you, Yuki2345, for 15 months in a row. You are worth it. Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Honestly, it is definitely worth watching. I don't know. I'm going to assume that the comment that said you've got to watch it, it's terrible, was meaning in the sense of like it's so weird that you should watch it, and not just that it's like, oh, it's badly done or anything, because it's not. Animation in it is fantastic. Even like the initial fight is just Batman taking on a few samurai. It's done so well. Bane speaks many languages. Yeah, but is it meant to be the Bane, or is it meant to be his ancestor? Because he doesn't talk to Batman in English. He doesn't like imply that they know each other. He's there for like 30 seconds and then he's never back again. It's not even implied that he was at the meeting at the start, I think, unless I missed it. So it was really weird because he didn't need to even be in that scene. Because if he was in with the Joker's plan, then stopping Batman getting to the civilian, or you know, the quote-unquote civilian, that isn't what he wanted to have him do. So it made absolutely no sense. It seemed like just they wanted to have Bane as a cameo, so they were like, here, have Sumo Bane. Enjoy. Thank you, Rubido Stone, I think? Rubedo Stone? I apologise if I'm saying that incorrectly, but thank you for using your Twitch Prime here. He was made to look like Bane by the Joker. Ah, see, that makes much more sense. So it's not really Bane. It's just some sumo that's helping the Joker that he's made look like him. Although, why would Joker have any affinity with Bane? They don't like each other. But yeah, that makes much more sense than Bane having been brought back. Because, as I say, he doesn't really make any inclination that he knows Batman. Batman assumes it's Bane, though. That's the weird part. But yeah, I would take that as my headcanon for sure. Honestly, it almost lost me at each supervillain has their own transforming castle and they're all going to fight each other, Power Rangers style. And then it just kept on getting sillier and I was like, okay, what's next? And then it's like, oh, they're all going to transform into a giant, even bigger robot. It's like, no, you're losing me again. And then the army of monkeys showed up and formed a giant golden monkey. It's like, I'm back in. And then it formed a 1980s looking Batman with the help of bats. And my brain stopped functioning and the pleasure center of my brain was just like, just shut up and enjoy this. Stop trying to critique it and just watch this dumb, gigantic fight happen. Thank you, Rubed. I'm glad you came over. I was hoping that some people would after I made that post on YouTube. You will find it very, very welcoming and nice here, and certainly not lewd, although that might be different for a little while, just while people get the new emotes out their system, so to speak. But yeah, highly, highly recommended watching it. Even if you can't get over how dumb the premise is, like getting sent back in time to feudal Japan, still watch it, even if you think you're going to hate it. Because the animation is just lovely to watch. The fights are fantastic. It's a neat little twist on the basic formula. I must say, the impression I got on it, which was a bit weird, is that Batman is fairly... Oh, not incompetent, that's not the word I'm looking for. He's ineffective. Batman is surprisingly ineffective. And like, he struggles going up against Joker multiple times. And yet, like, spoilers, I guess, like the Bat family take on the other villains towards the end, like Red Hood takes on Deathstroke, and Nightwing takes on Penguin, Robin takes on... Oh, who was Robin fighting? Poison Ivy, and they just win. I get why he had to be ineffective, so the story could happen, but it was a little weird seeing Batman be pretty useless until the end. Like, he fights a little bit, but he always has to run away. He has a bloody mech suit and he loses it. Yeah, he didn't have his tech, but he doesn't need his tech. He's a ninja. Like, he's a real ninja. All the others are just posers. It was also a little disconcerting seeing him doing Naruto hand symbol thingies. But that made it, that was, at that point it was just, okay, fine, just embrace it, it's silly. He knows jutsus. Jutsus. Nothing Personnel's Joker. Using replacement techniques. Thank you, Gooksy, for 2 years of subbing with Twitch Prime. Oh my god, 24 months, thanks for all the great content. Oh, if you weren't here earlier, we're aiming to do Dead by Daylight tomorrow as part of the Halloween streams, so if you can be around, that would be wonderful. You don't have to be, we're not your mother. Hello, my bagger. Does he know Batarang no Jutsu? Well, that's weird, because he does kind of have a lot of tiny Batarangs between his fingers at the end when he's doing that ninjutsu stuff, and then he does nothing with them, they just kind of vanish. It's almost like they put them in as an afterthought to look cool, and then he doesn't do anything with them. Oh, how dare you. Thank you, Celtic Cross. Didn't get a key. There is a key up there. Why didn't I get that key? Is it because I needed bombs, or is it Spike's situation? No, he doesn't go as far as Kagebunshi no Jutsu, but he does ninjutsu. That crosses the line. You're planning on grabbing a new killer? Oh, right, for Dead by Daylight in the Halloween sale. In terms of the ones that cost money, avoid Leatherface. Other than that, all the rest are fairly interesting to play as. Oh, you've Vice President got the piggy. Ah, Bomber Boy. I think that's probably worth taking. It gives you a bunch of bombs too, right? Well, 5. But now we look like Bomberman, who's very, very depressed after Mrs. Bomberman left him. Oh, I'm sure, like, there's builds for a lot of killers that could scare people, like Magic Banana's doing that Bing Bong Wraith build, where you could hear the bell everywhere, so therefore you thought he was everywhere and he wasn't. That was a good build, that even got me. It was rare for that to happen. Bing bongs for all. Alright, we'll kill this boss and then I'll move on to the other topic of conversation. By which I mean I will explode this boss. That didn't really do as much damage as I was expecting it to, considering. Oh. Oh. He got pushed back by the euthanasia shot, I think. Whenever you're ready. Oh, we haven't had a damage up. Of course we're taking ages to kill. The euthanasia shots are too infrequent to really count. Tears Up is okay. No Deal with the Devil kind of hurts. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about. Wait, Kenzie, have you changed your name to Not As Bad As Frankenstein? Or, that is you, right? Because I recognize by the bits icon more than anything else. Well, that and having Not as the first part of your name. Oh wait, no, not Kenzie's here. It's someone else who has Not in their name. I've been lied to. Thank you, Rubid, for the bits as well. Why'd you have to be mad? Oh, I have a reason to be mad now. Oh, down, pill. Alright. Chat is going to be a little bit normal for anybody who is new over from YouTube. Just because Cart and Kenzie are in the same room together. They're not normally here. Because Kenzie is degenerate and Cart is Sweden. In the nicest possible way. Anywho. Hello, Thrifty. As you know, I bought a collection of the Halloween movies. Halloween 1 to 5 and then Halloween H20. And I believe last time I talked about them I'd watched Halloween 1 and 2. Halloween 1 is a masterpiece. It is absolutely fantastic. It holds up 100%. Halloween 2 is not as good, but it makes a good double feature to just watch right after the first one because it follows on literally where the first one leaves off. But since then... Oh, we talked about... Why did I take Abel when I had the D6? Because I was too busy blathering, that's why. Yeah, I was just about to say, I forgot I did talk about Halloween 3, which is just a bizarre mess. Doesn't have Michael Myers in it, etc. So since then, I've watched 4 and 5. I guess Jamie Lee Curtis didn't want to do any more Halloween movies at the time, because she's not in them. Dr. Loomis is? Donald Pleasance, that's the actor's name. He is. He's kind of the main character. Well, he was always kind of the main character. Laurie Strode was just the sole survivor. So it stars him, and it stars... Well, the whole general plot is... Because they couldn't get Jamie Lee Curtis, I assume. The story is that Laurie Strode had a daughter, a secret daughter, that she gave up for adoption because she assumed Michael Myers might come for her one day. So the story is Michael Myers trying to kill his niece, right? Because he's his uncle, or he's her uncle, so that would be, yeah, niece. So he has a murder boner for her. I'm trying for a key. And 4 was, it was kind of tame, I guess, surprisingly tame.
None of this matters.
It don't matter. Thank you, Neon Predator, for the protection money. Pay the frog. Don't want to get spooked and need to beg on Beggar's Night. Wait, is that what they call Halloween? It's strange. Goodbye, Hawk. See you later. So yeah, I don't remember much. I watched 4 and 5 back to back, and they do also make a good double feature, I think, because 5 picks up the literal second 4 ends, but then after like a 5-minute intro, it skips ahead a year. But Halloween 4, it ends rather ridiculously with Michael Myers being riddled with bullets by a combination of surviving police and gun-toting rednecks who use a collection of shotguns, pistols, and assault rifles, shooting at him at point-blank range after the lead girl has run into him with a truck. He then falls down a well, they throw dynamite down the well, and explode him. And then... No, I'm not going to watch the Rob Zombie ones. And then 5 picks up that before they threw the dynamite down, he was able to crawl his way out the well and go into the water. Kind of just brushes over the fact he was shot literally. Like, the scene of them all shooting at him goes on for a solid like 15 seconds where he's just standing there being shot over and over and over and over. And they just kind of gloss over that he had multiple gunshot wounds. He is hurt. He goes into a coma for a year. That's why there's the year gap. Then he wakes back up and he's like, oh, better go try and kill my niece again. Well, yeah, he's always been very, very resilient. But there's a difference between getting shot in the chest a few times to, like, Halloween 2, he gets shot in the eyes, to getting shot with like 70 plus bullets within the space of a second. I guess they all happen to miss his vital organs. I'm gonna reroll that. Wish I hadn't, but this run is running out of steam because we have no damage ups. It's probably going to be a quick restart situation, honestly. Okay, yeah, it is like the Robocop scene, you're right. I say Robot Cop? I did, didn't I? Robocop. Hang on a minute. Library? Well, Belial. Bookworm helps. I need more than that. I need to reroll that room many times. Batteries? Oh, Spare Heart helps too. Well, okay, I have to watch the Rob Zombie ones because they take his mask off. He's seen multiple times without his mask off in the originals. In 1, you see him without his mask. In 5, you see him without his mask because as he's about to kill his niece, because he's made a nice little coffin for her in the family home. It's very adorable. She hides in the coffin, he opens it and he's about to stab her and she says like, "Uncle, wait!" And he pauses and kind of, he does that, he does the thing that puppies do. He tilts his head when people are talking to him and he's, to show he's paying attention because he hasn't got a mouth. And she says, "I want to see your face." So he takes off his mask and it shows a close-up of one of his eyes to show that he's crying. Because like the whole, it starts getting into like mystical bullshit where like at the end of 4, because she grabs his hand after he's been riddled with bullets before he falls in the well, it implies like his evilness is rubbed off on her or she's infected and their minds are linked. And then in 5 she can tell where he is and that he's killing people. It's very strange. But anyway, there's this tender moment where he's like, it's implying he doesn't want to do it, but then he puts the mask back on and he's evil again. And 5 tries to set up a new killer. Oh no, sorry, 4 sets up a new killer. In that, after they think Michael Myers is dead because he fell down the well and they threw dynamite down the well, it goes into a POV of someone wearing a mask stalking the stepmother of the niece that he wanted to kill, brandishing a knife, stabbing her. But then it pans back and oh, surprise, surprise, it was the niece. She took the knife and is doing the same thing Michael Myers did at the same age to his mother. And it was kind of, I assume they were trying to do like a passing of the torch type thing, and then they try and do it again in 6. I'm trying to remember how they get rid of Michael Myers in 6. Dr. Loomis gets like thrown through a window again. Need to go to the item room. Damn, how did they get rid of him? Not in 6, sorry. 6 isn't included in the pack I got. It's only 5. Let's see. 4 definitely ended in with him falling in the well because he comes back out. Oh, I remember now. Well, I remember Dr. Loomis is using the girl as bait and he traps Michael Myers under a big net and then shoots him with 4 tranquilizer shots. And that knocks him out. Oh, yeah, I totally remember. They were doing something weird with 5. Throughout it, it keeps on showing a man who's not Michael Myers in like shadow, and he's got like a doctor's bag, kind of like a plague doctor almost. And throughout the whole movie, you're getting these little shots, and it's never explained. At the end, Michael Myers is arrested. He's in prison. He's in a jail cell, just looking very solemn. They left his mask on for some reason. The girl thinks she's safe. She goes to the police car. All of a sudden, there's an explosion. She goes back in to see what's happened. All the cops are dead. Michael is gone, and it's implied this doctor-looking guy saved Michael Myers for some reason. Maybe it was explained in 6, I don't know. But it was very, very strange. Cult of Thorn? What is that? Is that something from Halloween 6? Hello Crispy, welcome back. Another thing I just remembered, there's one neat scene. Like, the sequels are all fairly, like, ho-hum, I would say. I didn't hate watching them, and I'd watch them again. But the one good scene in Halloween 4 is when Dr. Loomis and the police chief are looking for Michael Myers, and they find the girl running and screaming from him. And, like, the cop says, "Is that him? Is that him?" And it's a close-up, and it's him just standing staring at them, and Dr. Loomis is like, "Yes, I think so." And he pulls his gun out, starts walking towards them, and then in that same shot, you can see to the doctor's opposite side, there's someone else that looks like Michael Myers walking towards him, and the police guy points it out. Loomis looks at him and is totally confused, looks behind the cop, and there's another person that looks like Michael Myers, and like, well, what the hell's going on here? And as it turns out, it's just a bunch of kids pulling a prank, but that bit of confusion where they were trying to trick the audience into thinking, well, maybe there's not a Michael Myers, maybe there's multiple people who have all been doing this. I thought that was a neat little kind of bait and switch. They set it up like that, and then it's like, nah, it was just kids pulling a prank at the last second. Oh, it is. It's a cult thing. Okay, so that would have been explained in Halloween 6. I might go looking for it. I guess it must be really bad if they didn't even include it in the box set I got. Still nifty, though. And then just earlier today, I rewatched Halloween H20. I remember liking it at the time. I rewatched it and still liked it. Ooh, very... Why did I pick it up for this? Oh, you idiot. Pick it up for the D6 and I could add 2 more free items. It could have been damage because we've still got base damage. Thank you, Dan PD, for 13 months in a row with Twitch Prime. Halloween H20 is way more like, well, modern horror as it was in the year 2000, I want to say, or thereabouts. So it's kind of dull, but the whole thing with Laurie and Michael fighting each other is great. There's 2 really good parts of Halloween H20. The intro, because it does things opposite to horror movies, and the finale because it's... I'm trying to think, it might be the first time someone stands up to Michael Myers and is successful. The intro is the doctor from the very first Halloween. I only know that thanks to the CinemaSins video on it, incidentally. I didn't remember the character at all because she's very, very briefly in Halloween 1. She's going home and she subverts all the horror movie tropes. She goes home late one night on Halloween. She gets to her door and she's like, oh shit, someone's broke into my house. She runs away. She goes to her neighbour and is like, hey, my house has been broken into, call the police. The neighbour calls the police. Then the neighbour says, I'm going to go check your house out. And she's like, well, I'm staying out here. Again, she's not doing the dumb things that horror movie characters do. The kid is, that's the neighbour's kid. He's being the idiot, but she's being clever. So he goes in, doesn't find anything, thinks it's safe, goes back and tells her that, and then wanders off. She thinks it's okay, she goes in. She realises that someone's been looking through her files because that's... Michael wants to know where Laurie Strode is gone. Because she faked her death and took on a new identity. She realises that's what's happening. She hears something, she goes to the front door. There's no one there. She looks behind her. She sees Michael. She just runs a mile. She keeps on doing the smart thing. Because Michael never runs after you. He just kind of walks after you, leisurely. She does everything right. And it's a great shame she still ends up dying. Because of police incompetence. She runs to the neighbours again, finds they've all been murdered. Then the cops finally arrive. She tries to shout for help from the window. Yeah, this should be good. They don't hear her. She smashes the window and shouts out of it, hey, help me, I'm being murdered. They still don't hear her, so then she gets murdered. It's like, oh, I really wish she'd survived because she did everything right. She didn't see something spooky and decide to investigate. She rightfully ran a mile. Twice. So I like that. I don't know if they were trying to pay homage to like parodying itself, but they do also show a bit from Scream in the movie. And then at the end, Laurie, her son, and I guess for H20 they just ignored 4 and 5 because there's no mention of a daughter or anything like that. The son's girlfriend and Laurie have escaped Michael Myers. And then she's like, alright, I'm gonna go kill Michael, so you all run. So it's one of the rare occurrences where she went from being last girl, which was a trope that Halloween invented, to being like strong girl, which then got embraced by many more things. Well, no, there was more things that did it before that. Like one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets had like strong girl. But then she just goes, and although she struggles, she puts up a fight. And she's a bit of a badass. She stabs the shit out of Michael and then cuts his head off with an axe. And it feels very satisfying having watched, chronologically And it kind of fits that she goes kind of crazy. Because I think that's how she is in the new one as well, even though it ignores H20 as far as continuity goes. Because she keeps on thinking Michael's going to find her eventually, so... Hang on, I've got shoutouts to do before I carry on this thread of thought. Thank you, Loud Guy, for 2 months in a row with Twitch Prime, and thank you, Not As Bad As Frankenstein, who has subbed for 2 months in a row with Prime, and yet I don't remember ever saying that name once. So you've changed your name. Nightmare embrace the strong girl trope? Well, the thing is, there's a difference between, like, the strong girl surviving and having a strong girl. Like, Aliens has Vasquez, but you know from the get-go, Vasquez ain't surviving. That's a different type of strong girl to Ridley. Ridley is a strong girl too, but in a different way. She's not like gung-ho, I'm going to punch the aliens in the face. She's quietly strong, and Laurie Strode is like that in Halloween H20. Like, she's shocked by blood, she knows she can't overpower Michael, but she also knows that he has to die, or that she'll never be free of him. So, even after she thinks she's killed him by stabbing him through the heart, she's like, nah, I have to be sure, so I'm going to steal a gun from a cop, take Michael's body, take it out into the woods, wait for him to try and grab me, because she knows that's what Michael does, slam on the brakes so he goes face first through the window, run him over with the car, and then trap him with the car, and then chop his head off, just to make sure he's dead. So she goes all out. Yeah, inner strength versus outer strength. If someone's showing outer strength, they're probably going to die. They'll die like a hero, probably, but they'll die. So you can definitely put Laurie Strode up there with other, like, strong female heroes. Or protagonists, not heroes. Although, to be honest, she's like that in 1 as well. She's not physically strong, or she doesn't try to fight Michael in Halloween 1, but... she protects the children, and she puts up a fight. She stabs them in the eye with a clothespin. We'll take this just because we have no other option, because I used my reroll. And then she does shoot him in the face in 2. He bleeds from the eyeballs. It's a fantastic scene just seeing the blood drip down the mask, and it's not someone else's blood for a change. Hello, Emmanuel. I'm kind of sad that I've watched them all now, because I've been looking forward to just picking my moments. I'm probably going to rewatch Halloween 1 tomorrow, because I cannot get over just how well it holds up as a film. I get that they were kind of stuck. We already kind of mentioned this briefly, but once you've seen Michael Myers stalk some people for like 70% of a movie, if you do that again, people will be bored. But that's kind of his thing. He doesn't chase people, he walks after them at a leisurely pace. He's kind of simple, but in a strange way. Watch Nightmare on Elm Street next. I watched all those when I was a kid, whereas I missed the Halloween ones because I saw Halloween 1. I don't know, I think the Halloween movies are a bit too, or would have been a bit too smart for me at that age. Because the Nightmare on Elm Street ones are just goofy and gory. They got much more goofy as they went along, whereas Halloween kept on trying to be spooky. I don't think it worked beyond the first one as well as it did. But Michael Myers can be creepy just standing there. Whereas, like, with Freddy, you've got to have a jump scare. It's like, oh, you look like a burnt bit of toast. Okay. Nuanced horror is far more interesting. So to recap, Halloween 1 and 2, get my recommendation. Halloween 1 especially. 3 and 4 are so just weird. No, 3 is incredibly weird, sorry. It's worth watching because of how bad it is. Ooh, thank you very much. 4 and 5, they're not... they don't count in any continuity for any Halloween film set after it, but... well, maybe 6, I guess. They're okay. They're serviceable, but kind of dull. And the little girl protagonist, like stupid stuff like in 5 after she's kind of had this mind meld with Michael Myers, she loses the ability to speak because he can't speak, Or, it's not that he can't speak, he chooses not to. Or maybe the mask is evil, I don't know. It's just, they had no idea what they were doing. Oh, one bad thing about H20, other than the Halloween theme, which isn't really used very much in it either. Why are these not getting hit by this? There. The music is not John Carpenter, and it's very, very bad. The music ruins a lot of scenes in H20, where I think if you had John Carpenter doing the music for those scenes, they could have been a lot creepier. But it's all like modern music that it uses, and as a result I feel like they don't have the same effect, sadly. I've been hearing about that House on Haunted Hill or whatever the hell it's called on Netflix. Yeah, I keep on seeing it on the front page when I go to Netflix as well. Is that worth watching? Because I need something spooky to watch tomorrow, or I've accidentally blown my Halloween load prior to Halloween. Ooh. Well, yeah, after the first two Elm Streets, it became like, let's kill the people with ironic deaths. Which one was Dream Warriors? Was that 3? That's when it went full goofy, because that's when Alice got superpowers and used Kung Fu to defeat Freddy. That was when it went a bit too... I had an awesome theme tune though. Why am I going over here? I was going down to the shop / library / whatever it is. It's because I'm talking and not paying attention to my play. Should I go like find a DVD of Halloween 6, or is it like true? Is it so bad it's good, or is it good? Oh, okay. Well, I don't want any of these. No, that's not true. I want Attack Flik. The rest are rerollable though. The Scream movies on Netflix. The Scary Movie ones are, and Scary Movie 1 is just a shot-by-shot remake of Scream. I don't really want any of these either. Is there a battery? There's not enough rooms. 48-hour energy maybe? 5 is arguably the worst. 3 is definitely the worst. Alright, nuts it. We'll just take... I take... The new Sabrina is bad? Oh, that's a shame. There was a battery. Son of a biatch. It's okay. We have Tech X Explosivo. Does that even work? You like the new Sabrina series in a bad way. So you like it in a so bad it's good, which is a perfectly acceptable way to digest media. I said that in the weirdest way possible. Consume media. Does it have Salem? Yeah, does it have the sassy talking cat? Voiced by Angry Beaver? Yeah, I watched Sabrina when I was a kid. Sabrina was good. It got less good as the seasons went on and they ran out of ideas for shows. Like the season where a random kid at school was a witch hunter, and if he ever worked out Sabrina was a witch, she'd turn into a mouse. And that was like a season-long plot. Salem is in it, but he doesn't talk. Alright, I will not be watching the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch, or whatever the hell it's called then. Is it all super edgy and like gory and stuff, or is it still a comedy? He was so relatable. Because he was lazy and sassy. It's not a comedy? Ah. Well, what is it then? Oh, is it horror? Thriller? Drama? Oh, so it's like the later seasons of the show then, the bad ones. It's Riverdale with Sabrina. I thought the Riverdale thing was well received. Like, it's Archie, but it's a murder mystery. Why are my Tech X shots having such a hard time hitting enemies sometimes? Oh wait, that's my ally. This would be a good time to use the new derp emote. It's spooky Gilmore Girls. We liked Riverdale, but it just kept going. See, I've been kind of avoiding it. Please, stop. You know what, I'm just going to come back to this room. Hopefully I won't have to. Brr, brr, brr. Explosive diarrhea, no thank you. Not quite enough of that. General opinion on Sabrina is that if you watch the original Sabrina, then it's terrible. If you go in without any previous knowledge, it's good. Alright, I will not bother going out of my way to watch that then. Wow, our pill rotation sucks. I'm not sure what I'm going to watch next. I just thought of horror movies that I've marked on Netflix I haven't found time to watch. Cabin in the Woods. There's a more, but I can't remember offhand what they are. Tinted Rock. Nope. Huh, so we did actually get through everything I had to talk about story-wise in a single run, more or less. And we get shops thanks to our trinket, which is why I held on to it. I really don't like that I don't know what I'm taking. Well, that's not so bad. Ooh, that's not so bad indeed. Or trinket room is kind of meh. Depends what we find, I guess. I told the Sora story, yeah. The TLDR is that she's dumb. But adorably dumb. This is it lives, right? Nope. And one floor too early. Okay, I would have taken that. And we were overdue for Krampus anyway. And we'll just reroll this to Lump of Coal. Or Betrayal, that's fine. I thought it had to become Lump of Coal first. Yes, that's the one time you're allowed to use that emote. I have a bad idea. There is no other context for that emote at all. Also ignore what it's called. What else is there to talk about, chat? I can't pay out stories already, it's the start of a week. I need to watch more things. Well, the only other thing I've been watching is Forensic Files. Talk about stuff. Well. Let's see, what did I do with my Monday, my day off? I didn't find any time to play any games. I watched Halloween movies. 'Tis the season and all that. Oh, I got an allied one of them. Huh. No, we're not going to discuss enemy titties. Also, how dare you? Oh, there's a spike there. Did I leave a heart somewhere? I did. I'm going to have to go back because I don't want to lose my bone heart. I also need to double check that room for tinted rocks. Let's see. Nope. Nope. None. Some batteries though. Enemy whiteys? What is that? Wait, I probably don't want to know, right? It's one of those don't ask. Ooh. You entered a community chili contest on Saturday and you won for the 3rd year in a row. Wow. How much LSD do you put in your chili? And have they noticed? May as well try this, why not? Oh, that's why not. There was a giant poop monster in that room, and yet the room itself was still the biggest pile of shit there. Yes, let's all steal Shiro's recipe for chili so that we can win all our local chili contests. And then patent the recipe before him, even though you can't patent recipes. Oh, same room again. And then have him murdered so that there's no proof that we stole his recipe. We should also find some way to erase his memory so that he didn't hear what I just said. Because otherwise he might see it coming. Ooh, give me that penny. You can copyright recipes? I don't think you can, unless it's a difference between countries thing. We do get a shop on the cathedral, but at the same time, ugh. I mean, there is batteries on the floor. I'm gonna have to. The run's not secure enough health-wise for me to just be like, nah, there's a pedestal to reroll, but I can't be asked. We'll go back. Was there a battery in here? Yeah! Oh, don't walk into that like that poop monster just did. That's how you lose your poop monsters. You have chili with LSD to hold the chili. Oh, but hold the chili. I see what you're saying. It's not quite a patent, or patent, rather, whatever way you want to say it. So something similar, but not quite. The little poop guy is you constantly saying hello. I liked your cameo in Dogma, where I believe you were referred to as, I went the wrong way, Colossal Shit Demon? Spirit hearts. Okay, it's fine. Ugh. I ain't going back for the other battery. We'll take our bog off bombs. And they can bog off. There's a giant shit demon in Justice League's Dark as well. It's the same person, there's only one giant shit demon. He gets all those roles. I remember the other horror movie I had on Netflix. It was Gerald's Game, but I watched that now, and we've already spoken about it. It was good. You have a slow leak in your tire sidewall. I wish I knew what automotive things meant. That sounds nice in our manual. Nope, nope. No keys. What the hell was Greed firing out there? Now see, the first shot I fired when I went in there got utterly ignored. So I'm not imagining it. It's not just that I saw an enemy that was charmed. Ooh. Rage is very nice. Key? No. No map, of course. No, I don't think so. Now, do I hold off for another key, or do I do the reroll after this room? I think I just do the reroll. Nor the other two. Oh, dead end. Yes, dead end. Sucks having additional bills you weren't expecting to pay, especially in the run up to Christmas. Awful, awful Christmas. But at least we have Halloween. Ouges and ouges, alright. Something else you can say when you use that particular no emote. That joke won't play well to an American audience. Ow. Oh, I had a brimstone spider and it instantly died. The repair estimate for your motorcycle is 23,000? Have you considered just buying a new motorcycle? Also, what happened? That can't be right. Surely I mean like 2,300. Is your bike from the future? Does it have like that Knight Rider system? Kit 2.0? A 2018 Goldwing. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I assume that's expensive then. So an expensive bike is expensive to repair. That's how they get you. Wow, that's a bit of a personal question, Crispy. Oh, juiciest crab. Crab. It's Canada's bike from Akira. Ooh. But you just say Canada instead of Canada? You did, didn't you? Canada and Tetsuo. Canada! Tetsuo! No, there was the entire country of Canada fighting the giant flesh monster at the end of that movie. We all remember it. That's the way it happened. Canada did well. The laser beam was actually an apology death beam. Just the word sorry stretched so thin and so fast it broke the sound barrier and became a laser. Because that's how lasers work, in case you're curious. Really? Oh, it's that blue baby? Thank goodness. Just kind of going around in circles here. How lasers work in Canada, yes, that's what I meant. I misspoke. I'm holding on to the double ouches in case Delirium opens. Although, do I really want to do Delirium, though? Chat, do I do Delirium? Or shall we just cash this one in? Do it. Everybody is saying do it. Alright. Pain! You know, there was an appropriate emote you could have put after that, but you chose not to. We had two do-it pussies, so my hands are tied. Will we get a shop on this floor because I've still got this trinket? That'd be quite weird if we do. I'll spade you. Some of you got it right. Some of you got it very wrong. But I'm not going to tell you which is which. It's my little secret. Not to be confused with My Little Pony. That's something different. That's something for 30-old men to enjoy and no one else. Delirium? No. Wasn't out of the way enough. What does Laugh 1 go with now? It synergizes with a bunch of emotes. It always did. Not just mine either. Also, just by itself, it conveys enough of the emotion required. It's a 6-fingered hand pointing and laughing. What else is there to say? I said 30-year-old dirty men. Wait, did I? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I said exactly 30-old men. Oh wait, I thought that was Charm of the Vampire. We already saw it. It's so much better. It's Incubus. Thank goodness I didn't ignore that. Okay, we have our pet gurgling too. Hello. Probably should have waited until I had a reroll ready, just because. We don't really need that. No, Frog Lawyer! Not the spaghetti. What does Flik do with his 6th finger? Well, prior to getting a knife, he performed the flick, obviously. Mama Gertie. It was Mama Gertie. Choose a shadow as a kind of get out of jail free kind of thing? Sure. Interesting thing for a boss to drop. Like I was saying before I started streaming, that one might have been a mistake. Yeah, see? I got an allied heart. What I really require is delirium. Oh. Sure. Oh, we kept our bone heart too. Interesting. Very interesting. His face is red because he's drunk. Yeah, that's what it is. It lives. Haven't I killed you somewhere before? Fate's reward will do. Did not mean to play that. Please get exploded. Finding every room except the delirium room, of course. Yeah, that missed that turret there as well. Drunk on love juice. What does that mean, Valinar? Also, Valinar is a secret court in Kensi. He's just as filthy as them, but he's better at hiding it. Small rock? Nope. There you go. It's dying pretty quick. I was assuming we'd have to use both ouches, but maybe not. No, it's wearing off. But we have enough health that I wouldn't need to... Maybe. Alright. that was a thing that happened. For those watching after the fact on YouTube, you can check us out recording this live on Twitch if you're interested. Thank you for watching though, and ta for now.